Let's see what happens. Haha, we might even have a stream. Looks like we do. Oh, right on. I'm just working at the workbench today. Got some stuff that you guys haven't seen. And I thought if anybody was around, you guys could hang out and check it out. I'm horribly behind on videos, but this is what I've been smoke testing on the bench for some days. This is ScentVR and how it sits right now. If you're not, if you haven't seen me mention it, this is my now going to be a commercial product that emits scents into the room to give you smells in virtual reality. It's a standalone unit and it just disperses the smells that you pick out for your games. And I'm a big, well, I'm not a big player, but I love Onward. It's a tactical shooter, and I have this loaded up with grass, fresh cut wood, fire smell, leather smell, dirt smell, and then one more I can never remember. But the fans, that's grass, that one. It just ran now, and the room's filled with an awesome smell of fresh cut grass. It's pretty wicked, actually. Does that work? Yeah, so it works amazing. I'm super pleased with how it's come along, and I've been developing the code. The code I should be able to finish tonight. I hope. I'm just doing the last of the firmware upgrade, the remote upgrade work, and I've got the web interface. It has a web interface that you can go into in your goggles. So when you're in VR, you just open your browser window and you can control it, turn it on or off, or put it in a boost mode to give you more smell. Otherwise, you can just adjust with the encoder here on the front and change the max duration. That one's leather that's going right now. Super cool. It is awesome. I'm pretty proud of how this turned out, and I've been working on it solid since November, I think. And yeah, this is where we sit. I just redid to a new switch, and these are the scent reservoirs. So you just put a little piece of cotton in there with any commercial smell, so you don't have to buy anything proprietary, basically candle shops or essential oils. That one's dirt. Oh no, that's fresh cut wood. It has a little bit of an earthy smell too, so it's like it's wood in the dirt. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty happy with it. I don't think I could be much happier. But I'm just making more parts. I really want to go live by the end of this month, and hopefully I can. I don't know how many units I'm gonna have made. That's completely up in the air right now, but I'm gonna just produce some units for sale and then put them out there, and then as those sell, I will use that money for more inventory, completely bootstrapped. I have quite a bit of inventory here. I've been ordering parts since November, so we're in pretty good shape. Oh, some good support in these. I think I could widen up that support a little bit. Yeah, that's tight. Didn't used to be in the last batch. Support doesn't want to come off. The last batch they just tore off super easy. That's weird. Wonder why that would be. Why it would change. Oh, tobacco. That's the other one that's in there. It just fired. And it smells like somebody smoking a pipe in here. Super cool. So basically you get that awesome little burst of smells, like you were in a real, like in the environment you're in. So when you're playing Onward, like I play in the shooting environment, I'm quite often in the suburban environment. You get all the cool smells of like suburbia. Or in the subway tunnels, I had what did I add? I added coffee and pine, the pine floor cleaner, and that adds a lot. It's pretty cool. It smells like Smells like disinfectant or whatever that they use on the floors in subways, in the subway platforms or bathrooms or whatever. Pretty cool. And yeah, I chose to do these out of TPU. Pretty awesome. Hey Armando, cheers. Yeah, pretty happy with how this came along. We're almost ready for go live, except for I clearly have to do some work on the supports, but the fan's just set right in here, and then the lid's set on, and the fan runs and just blows. It blows out and air goes in through these holes on the sides, and you get your bursts of smell, which is super cool. And then underneath is my custom PCB and hardware I designed, which you won't be able to see because I also designed a nifty little cover that goes on it and keeps things from slopping down in. I had originally made this like a muffin tin and enclosed it all, and it ended up being way heavier and using way too much plastic. So I made this nice little tray, which you can, I have a round 2 that I'll print this afternoon, and it has status lights down there you can see that light up when each fan comes on. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. It's gone through a lot of iterations. I've got these are the new bezels for the displays. These are fresh off the printer. And it has a different cutout. Nice little bezel for the OLED. And oh, dirt just fired. It smells like dirt in here. And got all the parts ready for assembling the boards. The boards have an ESP32, 6 MOSFETs. I ran out of I/O on my ESP32, so I had to run an I2C encoder, which works awesome. These are from Tindy, from a seller in Italy. I got to get a hold of him because I'm going to need a bunch more. DC jacks, my new power switches, my JST style connectors, OLEDs. Yeah, got everything ready to go into production. So hopefully I can just keep moving forward on this. I thought it would be good today to start making another tray for more parts. I like having parts in trays, as you guys know. There we go. Oh, that is so cool. I've had one of these running basically 24/7 for 4 months, and I've changed the code quite a bit, and it just keeps getting better. I'm happy with where it's at, and I get telemetry home for debugging. For now, it sends data to a server for me, just basic debug info, so I can track the use of the fans and make sure if we have any problems with the firmware upgrades that I can deal with it remotely. Want to make sure. Oh, tobacco just fired. It smells like pipe in here. Yeah, I want to make sure that anyone who buys one of these will have a good user experience, and I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's a pretty cool item. I've never seen anything like it on the market. There is nothing like it out there. You can't buy anything. There's one guy that shipped units to Linus Tech Tips, and I see his website still up, but he went with the proprietary scent module approach, and I'm not going that way. I went the way of people can hack this and use this how they want, 3D printable stuff with the designs I've given. I just keep the code and hardware designs to myself. And for smells, commercially available smells from Amazon, so that anyone anywhere can buy scents without having to, well, like if they run out of their proprietary scent, you'd have to stop playing and stop using it. That wouldn't be fun. I want to be able to just get the smells anywhere or make them yourself. I made gunpowder. I don't have a container of it. It was in this one before. And a guy actually on Facebook gave me an idea of how to start on the recipe for the smell of gunpowder, and it kicked me off real good. It's close. It's just not quite strong enough. It actually got weaker as it aged since November in my fridge, so I need to reformulate that, and then we'll see how that goes over the next couple of months. I'll keep reformulating that, and I'll just share the recipe out for it on the website. So random, Garth. Cheers, Garth, by the way. The smells are completely random, and by you choose the different smells that you load up by predominantly what you play. And most of us that I know that play together, we tend to favor one simulation, one game. So I put all outdoor scents in this one, and then it triggers completely automatically and completely randomly. But you can adjust the strength. You can adjust the max duration of a cycle, which doesn't allow you to directly control how long a fan is on, just the whole cycle. So it's still random how much smell kicks out, but you can adjust the overall cycle, therefore the overall in the room. And you can also put boost mode on through the web interface through your goggles. And yeah, other than that, it's completely autonomous. No API. There is only 2 games I know of, or 2 simulations I know of, that have an API that you can use for smells. So that's why I went this way with completely standalone system, and yeah, no interface to the simulation whatsoever, other than you just picking the correct smells that you like. Hey Johnny, cheers. And yeah, super happy, super proud of how this turned out, and I've been busting my butt on the code this week. It went from just the bare minimum code to full telemetry. I got the firmware upgrade secure, or as secure as I can make it right now. Firmware upgrade, signed files, you name it. It's all as good as I can make it. So this thing is fully IoT capable, and you don't have to. It'll work just fine without an internet connection, but that's where we sit. Oh, grass just fired, fresh cut grass. Smells like a Sunday afternoon in southwestern Ontario right now. The grass smells so good. And yeah, I showed it a little earlier. This is all the hardware ready to go into production. I've got everything. The I2C encoders, because I ran out of I/O, are working just flawlessly. I added that code the other night, and I have room to work with the web code a lot more. Like, I can do all kinds more stuff. I've got 20% left of storage space, and I could probably do a lot better because I'm a crappy coder. But I think I can do a lot more on the web interface that users can just hop into in their VR goggles. I think that's where I'll focus someday, but I need to get some units out into the wild. And I haven't even finalized price. I know what my BOM cost is currently, but I haven't finalized my pricing because it's so hard with components right now. The pricing just keeps going up, and you can't put the price of your project up, or it makes it hard to do. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna swing it just yet, but gonna find out in the next 2 weeks, because I want to have them up. The website's all you guys have seen, I think, in the Discord, ScentVR.ca, and we're in pretty good shape with that stuff. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna keep yanking on. I was gonna keep working on these. idea of the stream wasn't to actually stream anything today. It was just to hang out with anyone that was around while I was doing this stuff. I just finished setting up my Raspberry Pi for my Pi hole again. I dinked with it yesterday because I needed... What did I need? I was trying to run my Ubiquiti client on the Raspberry Pi, and it hadn't been updated in so long that I couldn't even update it. So then I cobbled together and changed the SSL certs, and then I just got it into a crazy place where it was half upgraded, and so I started over today and reinstalled everything on that. Oh yeah, I definitely need to change these supports. But that went decent enough today, but took up some time I wanted to spend on manufacturing parts. And these ones I think I'll keep for samples of my own. Outside looks real good though, eh? Not bad. Oh, why isn't my... I didn't plug in my thingy. Didn't plug in my chat client. Apple's VR glasses when they release will be over 3,000. Yeah. They price themselves right out of the market. The Quest 3 is about ready to drop. The Quest Pro dropped a short time ago. The Quest 2 is still a super capable headset. I have the 1 and the 2. And I love the 2. It's really good. But the Pro is kind of a flop. It's more for business, and I don't think it's even that great for that. But the 3 will be a rock star. The Apple one, well, the fanboys will buy it, I'm sure, but commercially it makes no sense. It's way out of the price point, so it's nowhere near what Valve and Oculus, or I guess Meta now, are doing, so makes no sense. And it has to be a standalone. I guess that Apple's got some strength there because they've got their mobile hardware. But oh, dirt just fired. It smells like dirt in here. But yeah, gotta have a price point under $700. Otherwise, people just won't buy it, and that's why the Quest line has been stupidly effective. There's 15 million Quest 2s out there now, of just the 2s. Like, it's craziness. That's a big number. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be commercial success for this. I don't know, but I can tell you, it sure is fun. This thing in the studio, I set it on the floor, and I blow a fan over top of it because that is awesome in VR. It gives you a nice little situational awareness in the room, also keeps you cool. But when this thing kicks out a little burst of the leather smell when you're like messing around in the subway or something, you look around, like I look around to see where the smell comes from, because you kind of forget where you are, and it seems like there's somebody walked up close to you in a leather jacket. It's kind of neat. And in what they call suburbia in the Quest, in the Onward first-person shooter, it's a suburban environment of houses. It's all suburbia houses, and with the fresh cut grass and the coffee smells and stuff when they kick on that, it's super cool. It's like it's coming from the houses around you. Once I perfect the gunpowder one, we'll be cooking. That's what I'm looking forward to, is the smell of gunpowder. But I haven't got it quite right yet. It doesn't really smell like gunpowder. It smells close, but I can't get that sulfur smell. I have sulfur I could add to it, but I'm hesitant because right now what I'm using in it is entirely edible. Like, it's all kitchen food grade stuff. But if I add sulfur to it, that makes it poisonous, I guess. Sort of, mildly, I guess. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I use this spice, this Indian spice that, oh my god, I can't believe they put it in food. Holy jeez, it is the worst smelling thing I have ever smelled, and indeed has the smell of sulfur as an undertone. But it's not quite, if I mix it strong enough for the sulfur smell to come through, it has the other undertones come through, like garlicky undertones, and kind of ruins it and just stinks like hell. So yeah, I haven't perfected that yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Hardware comes first, and we're pretty close on the hardware here. Like I said, I couldn't be more happy with how this is running, and it's stable. The only thing that's cruddy is the web interface. The way the web interface is laggy. It's not super responsive. I'm not a web coder. It's just basic HTML, and the way the calls in the program are, I'm pretty sure I'm not updating it often enough. And then I was updating everything way too often, so I finally got the timing of everything right, where my telemetry and my firmware updating and everything only do things for a short time, and then they go to sleep if the Wi-Fi isn't on, or they have done it more than 7 times. Everything chills out, and yeah, all there is the loop to run the randomness, and I have a double random function in it. Random on top of random based on an analog seed. So it's quite fun. It's fun code to write. Really fun code to write. Okay. I'm just going to do, yes, Raspberry Pi. Let's have a look. So this container is now ready. That's got my bezels and my power switches that are pre-wired. I'm splurging and getting pre-wired ones because I'm lazy, and these are ready to go, all set. And I have a Raspberry Pi project somewhere here I wanted to work on today, because my campfire just triggered. It smells like campfire in here. What sensors did I use? No sensors whatsoever, only I/O. So here, I'll show you the board. These are the boards, which you probably haven't even seen much on the channel yet. ESP32, I used a PTC fuse on the output through the power switch. All the current goes through the power switch because it's only a few hundred milliamps. DC jack, fan outputs, 6 MOSFETs to drive the fans that are capable of driving 1,000 times bigger fan than these, but the old through-hole MOSFETs were the cheapest, and I had tons of them. I2C OLED and I2C encoder, and the encoder is I2C because I ran out of I/O on the board on the ESP32, so I just put it on the ESP32 or on the I2C data bus. It runs a PIC microcontroller, I think. Guy in Italy makes them, and yeah, that works and displays on the OLED, but no sensors yet other than the temp sensor that's built into the ESP32, which is horribly inaccurate, but I use that in my telemetry right now. It does send me that home to monitor the temp. For the first little while, I'm going to watch them out in the wild and make sure everything's okay and make sure everything's optimized and working the way it needs to. Yeah, should work good. Quite pleased with how things are coming along. The only problem I had is when I was messing around with my other stuff and lacking maintenance in the shop, my Raspberry Pi for my Home Assistant, the fan died again. That's the second fan I put in that thing. And it's just running with the lid off right now, and with the amount of cameras I have in this place flowing through it, it's getting quite warm. So I wanted to make a really cool ESP or Raspberry Pi case. That's guys where you can see. Your graphic on the board reminds me of Ninja Turtle. Yeah, I suppose. I'm happy with it. It's a guy in goggles with ScentVR written across it. And actually, that's what I have for, check this out. So I keep optimizing this firmware, but I have a splash screen, a ScentVR flash screen, and as well it gives me the firmware version at boot. This board I need to start fresh. See, ScentVR and then firmware version, and then we go in there. The boot up time's extended on this one because I haven't done, it's been programmed probably 600 or 700 times, and I haven't done a full chip erase in probably 400. I've learned that ESP32s keep ghosts of their previous programming, especially on boot. It sometimes can kernel panic if you've programmed them a bazillion times. So anyway, that's why it took a little while. But that same logo that I have on the board is my splash screen. So this is what I got for my Home Assistant Raspberry Pi. And monster, and then oh, it's awesome, fresh cut grass just fired again. Oh, it smells so good. This guy on YouTube made these awesome cases, which I purchased the design from his Tindy and cut the laser cut acrylic for it. So the design of the case goes like this. You put your Raspberry Pi in, and this is made to fit this big monster cooler with blue LED light, and then have your acrylic around the front. Problem being, this is the wrong size of acrylic. He apparently used 2 mil, and I used 3 mil because that's what I have. So I'm not sure, but we'll bend it and find out. So I have a bend. Oh yeah, we need the bender, which I've also never used before. It's brand new. This cool thing for, oh, there's campfire. Oh man, that smells so good. It smells just like you're at a campfire. Oh, it smells incredible. Oh, I love that. So these are basically like a curling iron, but for bending acrylic. And in theory, we should be able to bend the acrylic panel and make it fit a lot easier than heating the whole panel with like blow torches and stuff. That was tobacco fired. That smells so good. And the cool thing about having it all random like this, the algorithm isn't completely random. I do have some stipulations in it to keep you from going nose blind to the smells. So it's a random seed and a random pattern, but I enforce a little bit of what smells and when. Because if you have the same smell getting hammered all the time, or a really large volume of it, you'll become completely nose blind to it, and it doesn't have that impact. But these little short bursts, I find a 10 seconds max cycle time on the fan is just perfect. Like anywhere between 3 and 10 seconds on this airflow through here. I forget, I have the math. This is measured the amount of whole space versus the fan versus the hub. I have the exact calculations, and with that spacing and that CFM, under 10 seconds seems to be perfect, unless you're in a really big room and far away, and then you just crank her up. And Yeah, it works awesome. Super pleased. Super proud of it. Let's get this thing warming up. I don't know anything about it. It's never been turned on. It's got a level on it. What the heck would you need a level for? It's got a light that turns on. It's getting hot. Alright, well, see what it does. I want to leave ScentVR running because I'm smoke testing that code that I wrote last night. Kind of rather see how it's working out. I guess that's safe. There's a bunch of supports. This was printed, I don't know how many, many months ago, like last winter. And it looks like I used a not great profile. This was definitely not printed on the Ender or the Neptune. That Neptune is great. I love it for these TPU pieces. It's pretty impressive. Support? Oh no, that's a screw hole. So what I can do, I can maybe stuff the plexi around the front or something. I don't know. We'll bend it and see how it works out. I do have 2mm here now. I bought some 2mm for another project. So I have two small sheets of 2mm. If I have to redo this, the K40 works to cut this acrylic. Yeah, that's too bad it doesn't fit. Well, I can just super glue it. I can glue it. Yeah. Let's do the thing. Which one would be better on the outside? Probably this side. Oh, I should have looked at his thingy. It matters. Because the fan will have to be higher up. It'll have to be up here, so it has to be this side out. No. Let's go this way. Yep. Goes that way. Otherwise the fan will be too close. Yeah, the fan will be too close to the pie. Fan inside, fan outside. Yeah, let's go that way, right? Something like that. Building acrylic heated bending tool table is on my to-do list. Yeah, that'd be handy. I'm going to see how these work in a second. I just would rather not bend them the wrong way. Wish I had. One way to find out, I could just Google it. It was a super popular video on YouTube. He does nothing but Raspberry Pi cases now. So Tindy, was it Tindy? No, it wasn't Tindy that I bought it. It was Etsy. Etsy Raspberry Pi 4 case. Let's see. That's not it, is it? No. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. That's close. Oh, oh. Let me guess. There's probably a million. What about? I didn't think this through. I should have looked this up earlier. I would have thought it'd be right at the top. His video was stupidly popular. It was a long time ago though now. He's probably put out 4 cents. That's it. That's it. Okay, so definitely higher. So the clear fan goes on the acrylic on the inside, like so, and your acrylic wraps around. Bob's your uncle. So I need to just do a couple of standoffs too. So let's see. I wonder. So he put notches into the design for us, so it should. Well, one way to find out. How much do you think we have to heat it? Okay. That went not horrible. Let's see, we kind of hit it. It only heated this perfect little line. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. We should let that cool just a little bit. So that when I bent it, it bent, like, look at how sharp that is. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Only thing, I think it melted my protection right into the plexi. I think we should remove the protection off of it. I think that made a horrible mess. It didn't heat up anything beyond the exact spot we wanted. That's pretty damn cool. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. That's what it's for. But it was eBay special from like AliExpress or somewhere. I don't remember where I ordered it. It was not expensive. I think it was normally about 30 bucks, and I think I got it for 24. It actually comes with 2 of them. There's 2 different sizes. Yeah, that made a hell of a mess. That's gonna be fun to get off of there. Okay, let's try. Ooh, yeah, that was a bad idea. It's on the tool. Hey Gary, cheers. How are you? Playtime in the shop today. Bending some plexi. Making some Raspberry Pi case so that my home assistant doesn't cook. Oh, fresh cut grass just fired again. Oh, that smells so good. I think this is the grass one. It smells amazing. It smells just like a summer day. Oh, that is so awesome. Like, I knew that I wanted to build something to put smells into VR, and I knew it would have an effect. I was wrong on how much effect it has. It is mind-blowingly effective. It's a game changer, that's for sure. Yeah, you caught like only the only other, like the second one I've ever done this year. I'm not exactly doing much for live streams. Okay, quickly, Eric, don't fuck this up. Oh, we did okay. We did not horrible. It fits. It fits. Oh, this is gonna look so neat. That is gonna be beautiful. No more overheating Raspberry Pi. This will fix. All right, we're done with that. That worked a treat. That did the business perfectly. And there's no damage in there. When I clean that up, it'll be water clear, except for that other one. That's gonna be fun. I don't know how I'm gonna get that material off. Maybe Glue Gun will take it off because it's all down to like small little particles. I don't know. Doggy do. Yeah. That would make it even. That was one of the people I posted it in the Onward forums, and they're like, "You're gonna have feces as the bodies poop themselves." And I'm like, "If that's your thing, you go ahead." You can. It really does make one heck of a difference. It is pretty freaking cool. I'm happy. I hope other people are happy too. It's not going to be a cheap unit by the time it's out the door. The BOM cost is significant on it. Not even like, I can't even put my labor into it, that's for sure. Or it'll be way too expensive. It'll be priced out of the market. It'll be more than a bloody headset. But it is going to be neat to get some feedback out there, because it's not a polished thing, right? It's still going to be a kit because I have no way of putting the wires through the top without the way they are. There's no clean way to do it unless I did a completely different design, in which case would drive the price up. And this is the most efficient. I tried a couple other designs early on, and they quite simply didn't get enough airflow, enough CFM correctly over the scent itself to have a good effect. They were like, you had to have the fan on forever, and then you only got like dribs and drabs of the smell, and that doesn't work at all because you just go nose blind to it, and you have a room mixed with all these smells. This is really pungent. It punches and you smell it, and you get a good hammer of it, and then it's gone and it dissipates. So that took me a while to tune that, and that's part software and part mostly hardware. And yeah, super pleased with how it turned out. As I've said 1,000 times, and I'm sure I'll say 1,000 more, I have all kinds of video of it, and I don't know how I'm going to process it all. I just gave up and stopped processing it, and decided to just work on the design for a few weeks and just get it done. Yeah, wish I wouldn't have done that. The rest of it looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. There's damage to the plexi in the corner here I didn't catch either. It's not from me. These are, I get offcuts of plexi from a local window supplier. They're pretty awesome to me. The price you pay for it is like, I get it from them, is really reasonable. And I can't complain when there's damages. Oh, there goes tobacco. Tobacco just fired. It smells like a pipe. Component prices making some of the retro community projects too expensive for most to tolerate. Yeah, it's brutal. The pricing is crazy. I had to up my prices on my store finally. Yeah, pricing on stuff. I was able to get the components for this pretty reasonable though. Using the ESP, that's why I'm using the big ESP32 room modules, because they're still priced reasonable and available. And like, I could have went with just the modules and get the sizing down and do everything SMD, but this is easier and cheaper and easier for me to assemble. I still have to reflow them because I used some SMD components for the LEDs and stuff, but it's such a tiny amount. It's super easy, and the pick and place only takes minutes. But the through hole stuff, I can bang that out really fast. much faster than I could with S&D. So price is cheaper and I can do it faster, so that works out pretty decent. What is all of this? I don't know anything about these, but I'm gonna have to tear the pie apart. I might. Would IPA take that off? Let's find out. And we'll also probably smeary everywhere. So yep. It's not super aggressive, but we don't want aggressive. I think it's just a, oh yeah, it's coming off. I think it's just a fact of the liquid and the Q-tip. Am I doing that where you can't see it? Probably. Good call. Who's that? Gary? Thank you. You the man. I was going to go with something much gooier to start. Oh yeah, look at that. Can you see that? It just peeled right up, even though it's all melted all to hell. Well, good to know. Okay. That is going to come off crystal clear. It's fine. It didn't melt in at all. It just melted apart. Which I guess stands to reason, because we didn't melt the case. All we did is warm it till it was elastic. That worked a treat, Gary. You the man. That worked perfectly. Crystal clear. Every piece of it off of there. Oh. You the man. Giddy. That wasn't even strong IPA. 70%. Good. Oh yeah. What's going on over here? In fact, it was better that it got left on. The one that I took it off has left a white line. What is that? Might have actually slightly harmed the plastic. Outside smooth, it's on the inside. I can feel it. Oh no, it's coming off too. It must have been residue from the other one. It's not coming off great, but it's coming off. Ah, good. Good enough. It's a pie case. Good enough. Ah. Oh, campfire just fired. That smells like an August evening in here now. Yeah, for sure. Good call. Good call. Okay. Where was this thing? I was taking this out. It's a acrylic panel. What's it for? Oh, it's acrylic base to mount the pie to. We don't particularly need that. I don't think we'll be able to fit that, to be honest. Oh, it comes with all the... Geez, it comes with a pile of hardware. This was from Amazon. I think it was like 20 bucks. It was quite cheap, I thought, for a great big, like... Well, it looks massive in the pictures, but it's a pretty big cooler. Oof. There's a lot of jingle. What's with all this stuff that you can't see? Yeah, that's definitely looking better. Oh, what did I just throw away? I threw away a wrench. What else? A screwdriver. Say nothing else important. So are these for the pie? The standoffs? Yeah, they are. So we could use those in... Oh no, we can't use them in reverse. How did he do that in the picture? He had it sitting right in. Oh yeah, he's using those standoffs too. How did he fasten it to the bottom Here though, looks like probably went down through. It's definitely got the acrylic in there. So he's got the acrylic, he went down through, probably without inserts, and then down through, and then he used button head screws on the top. I'm gonna go grab the pie. My home is not smart anymore. It is dumb now. For the moment. I actually don't have anything critical on my home assistant. It's all just fun stuff. I don't trust anything IoT enough to rely on it. I trust the standalone servers that the companies run more than having everything balanced on the home assistant installation. Okay, SD card has to come out. Out she goes. She's hot. Imagine that. Been running without a fan for months. Okay. Goes this way. And with the thingy in there. Yeah, he did use it with the plate. The plate gives it just the right amount of vertical. What about the ports? Yeah. Ouch. It's hot. Okay, down through. We're just back to winter now. It's been April or May weather for almost a couple of weeks now. Over Christmas we got hammered with brutal snow and nasty winds and all that fun stuff, but it's been completely temperate and nice since, and we're just, the forecast the next few days is snow, 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 and more snow. Well, that don't work. How the hell did he do that? That is, oh, campfire just fired. All right, so they have it up through. So we need, this is going to be hard. We need either a stupidly long standoff, which I might. Where's all my standoffs? I don't even remember. I think I have a bin of standoffs. I do have a bin of standoffs. And none of which are going to help me here. How the heck did he do that? He's got the brass ones from the kit. Oh, he's got a big space between. He did put them down through. Alright, he did. Second guessing myself. He put them down through into this, through the acrylic. But did he get longer ones? Oh no, they're fine. Down through into the acrylic, all is well. Except We need inserts. Damn it! Okay. Inserts first. I do have a bin of those too. I'm gonna have every tool in the shop out here soon. I don't know. These are M2.5 though, I think. I don't think I have 2.5. Maybe I do. I have lots of 3s because I ordered hundreds of them for ScentVR. You guys can't see any of this. There we go. Those look tiny. They look awfully small. Let's find out. This could, like, I technically don't need to put standoffs in. I could just goop them up with a little goober and just set it in with a little hot glue. That would be fine too. And it would be easily removable. I definitely don't have standoffs for 2.5. These are all 3. So that decides that. Decision made. Decision made. My chat client can't handle a wave emoji. Andy. My chat client wigged out. The funny part is that I have an ESP32 screen over there and it's still running. It's still running Brian Locke's code as written like what, nearly 2 years ago. I haven't touched it, and when I fired it up a couple over Christmas break when I did that one quick little live stream, I couldn't believe it when the chat started showing up. It's crazy that it works. Okay, so we just want to put standoffs into standoffs. So we want down through standoff, and then we'll be able to put our cooler on, which you guys can't see at all. Don't be sorry. Yeah, it works really good. That's the first time, I guess. Normal emojis, I thought I could figure out what they were before, but maybe not. Maybe they're all just gobbledygook. Doesn't matter. I like having it on the bench here. It's right in front of the scope, and didn't cost me anything. It was a freebie. It just does one job. It's like butter butt. Displays the chat when I live stream the 2 times a year that I do it. And then it sits there and waits and does nothing, but I'm surprised the API still works. Me and JSON do not get along. Every time I even look at anything with JSON, I get screwed, and I got screwed again last night. I had JSON problems non-stop with ScentVR because I need JSON for the firmware updating, because it goes and checks a JSON file on the server to make sure, see if it needs to update. And of course it didn't work. Of course I had every wrong version of JSON but the one that would work. And now I have like 10 different versions for my projects that, like, I'm not updating my old projects to work with new JSON. So they just keep doing breaking change after breaking change. Nothing of mine works unless I go into the library folder and swap to the old version again. Okay, how'd we do here? Well, that doesn't work at all. That's not how he did it. Did I interpret that wrong? Or does it just not fit? What? I swore I saw the sheet under there. There's definitely a sheet under there. Standoff, standoff. What's going on here? It's not dropping down all the way, but it's, yeah, no, that's nowhere near. Damn it. That don't work. Okay. I take that off. Can we get it down low enough then? Must be a different revision of case files. Yeah, we're good now. Or it will be. Do not harm the pie. Ah, you can't get them in without putting them in the holder first. Oh, maybe I can. That one almost reaches. No, they're gonna have to go in the holder first. And then you gotta put them down through the top, which will be fun because I don't have a socket here for that. Give you this silly little wrench. That doesn't sound very fun because these aren't gonna be. Oh, I know what we can do. Just leave them just a tiny bit loose. Then we should be able to get in there to snug them up. That should give me, I had almost enough room. And I don't think that back one's gonna work. That's gonna have to go in first. I think I'm gonna need inserts, but for today, we'll just set it and okie dokie. There was no sheet, but that's how he did it. Oh, shit. I get it. I get it. 1 second. Gotta tell the wife that I'm streaming. She just came in. Okay, now that the silly guy turned it the hell over, I still see that acrylic sheet underneath his that he used. That would have been nice to have, but I get it. I gets it. We go the other way, and we'll put M2.5s up from the bottom. We might even be able to use the sheet this way. No, we can't. There's not enough room for that. Intermission. Yeah, don't break the PCB. Yeah, I was trying not to. One thing I give Raspberry Pi, they're pretty freaking robust. I've been pretty rough on some of them, but with that said, this one will probably die now. And, of course, they are literally gold now. It's kind of funny, their whole intent of being a cheap SBC, like, it's, oh jeez, where the hell did I do this? Talking and not paying attention. They ended up being the coolest kid on the block, and then so many commercial projects pick them up that now they're not able to be used for the original intent anymore. because there's none of them out there. People are scalping them like crazy. More power to them for filling a niche that I think we all knew existed, but I underestimated it. Because I actually don't use pies very often in my projects at all. I favor microcontrollers. I use the bare minimum computing power where other people are using GPIO off a Raspberry Pi to blink LEDs and stuff. It just makes no sense to me. This one's got some boogers on the threads from me being rough on it. There. Alright, next. So I reinstalled Pi-hole on the other. The Raspberry Pi 3 has been running 4 years, 5 years on a SanDisk. 4 years for sure. Without a single hiccup, and it's been depowered countless times without proper shutdown. Damn, that thing just did the business. Sure worked. Yeah, there's no room for that acrylic, that's for sure. Oh, there, we fit right through. Geez, he did a nice job on the case. Look at that, fits right through. Bolt her down. Does it come with hardware for that? For that part? Do we need all these screws? No, it definitely came with it because the intent was to screw it to the acrylic, so us putting them through the case will probably work. These are the right size for standoffs, right? Probably. The head's not big enough to stop anything without a washer though, but yeah, we'll be alright. Put her up through and find out. Doesn't need to hold much. It's not like it's going on adventures. It's going to sit on top of my NAS and do Home Assistant stuff and nothing else. Well, that worked. Oh, lovely. Done the business. Cinched up way faster than I thought. There's a bunch of slag in the holes from the printer. That was my i3 Mega. It works good, but often left a string or two here or there in the holes. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Almost like it's supposed to be there. I had this printed so long. The problem is I always want to do videos on stuff, so I leave it on the shelf. I'm like, oh, I'll do a video on that. That'll be cool. Guys will like that. We'll put it together, and then I never get the job done for the hardware I bloody need. Perfect with custard. Yeah. Jeez, pie. Well, it's not got a big warp in it. It's not got a big warp in it. It does. It does have a slight. I swear it could be. We're gonna say my eyeballs are crooked because it's not. It's movable. Because I left these ones loose. Come on. Come on. Stripped or not grabbing? Not grabbing. There. Good enough. Good. Okay, how's this whole rigmarole work? We're gonna need heat sinks off of there. Tobacco pipe again. Jeez, I love that smell. That is super cool. Did they give me thingies for it? They did. Oh, they did too. In my heap of horrible mess. heat sink pad thingamajiggers. So can we get these ones off without destroying the processor? I guess I should have done that when it was still pretty hot. Oh, aggressive. She's been doing the business. So M2.5 by 6 into each of these, and then they go out to the standoffs, I guess. So like these and these, something like so. Which way does it need to go? Fan side that way. Did I get it right the first time? Geez, I should buy a lottery ticket. Oh, yeah, there's another heatsink there, isn't there? Needs all three. Is there 3? Oh, there's only 2. I got another one there. I guess you gotta take it off and leave it off. Yeah, that doesn't clear. Goes on it. Must be what the other thermal pad's for, I guess. Must be. I remember sticking those on there. Okay. Fan that way. Thingy this way. Screwdriver. This is a kind of neat experience with ScentVR running there. I keep, like, it's on a short cycle right now. It's on, you might even be able to read it on camera once in a while, but it's on the 10-second default cycle, and it's getting quite strong bursts. But they dissipate super fast, these scents. These are commercially available ones from PJ Trading, they're called. They sell them on Amazon. They sell a camping pack and a nature pack, and they're amazing. People just use them in essential oil air freshener type things, and I get it, but this is a far cooler delivery method. Getting a burst of each different smell every few minutes is way cooler than just smelling fresh cut grass all day. Like, I am super pleased with this. All right. Space them. Not great. They need to be a little tiny bit wider. See if we can give ourselves that a few micron. Oh wow, that's campfire. That smells like a beautiful summer night. Incredible. Or something on fire, I suppose, too. In game, that's what it's for. Did I get this wrong? Against the Ethernet. It's too far. Can it fit? Even loose? Oh yeah, of course. It's fine when it's loose. Can't tighten it after. Should have put it together dry run before I mounted the board. Then I could have got the spacing of these better. Jeez, that's persnickety. Yeah, that's off by a mile. This has got a... One's still loose. Can I leave them loose enough? Is there clips that hold it too? No, clips only for the fan. How can we mark this? Jeez. Or do we need to? I guess it only needs to hold down. It's not gonna... It can't move laterally. So you don't need to tighten them screaming tight. They could be left. Oh, this is not the best design. I get why they did it this way. It's cheapest for parts, but it comes up against the Ethernet. It's just a little kerfiddly. All right, let's wrestle this in there first, and then. Cheers, Gary. Good seeing you. Let's put the pads in there. Why do you get two of those? I don't know. Oh, there's fresh cut grass again. Random seems to be favoring the grass today. I know how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, that's fine. I was overthinking that. Okay, rubbing alcohol. Paper towel. Rubbing alcohol. Chips. Clean. Sort of. That. Fits there. This one, oh, this one's thinner because I got, okay, so that stretches up over to that ASIC way up there. That's a, is that the USB controller or the Ethernet controller? I can't remember. And then this is thinner because this processor is taller. And they give you extra in case you need it. Height-wise, you might need it. Helps if we go the right way here. Come on. You can do it. Why is that so curmudgeon-y? Is there a way these can be off? No, there isn't. It's just Not spaced just 100%. We are up against the Ethernet just a little bit. It should clear in a second. Jeez. Come on. Okay. You two will be on a slight angle. And then you will play ball. Like so. And we're nowhere near touching that CPU. Not even a little bit. That one we were. Yeah, that's the right way. That's why they give you the rest. That's why they give you two. I wonder, is that gonna really give us the thermal transfer? Like, really? I guess it will. Can't be that good compared to only being a like, geez, that can't be good. Oh, whatever. The whole thing's just for looks anyway, right? Realistically. Come on, it's just sticks on the threads just a little bit. Small, less brute. Should have taken a file to those. Alright, now we're making contact because it's pushing it back up and off. Nope, we're not. Seriously? Is there a way that those could be incorrect? Fan side. That is the way they have them. That's the only way they're gonna fit. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's squishing down. Just not more than enough. Jesus. That is not great, is what I would say. Not great. But good enough for this. It's a hell of a lot better than no fan at all, which it just came from. If nothing else, the airflow through this thing should be significant with two fans. Right? Right. We'll say yes. What time is it? Oh, now I got copyright struck. Friggin' U2 on my phone. Who asked for U2 on a phone? I can't believe Apple still does that. I need to go get a driver. What size are these? Does anybody know? look like 5.5 mil maybe. I'll go get a socket from the garage. I don't think I have anything that small in here. Now she slides down. I definitely should have taken a file to those brackets. They're way too tight on the threads. That's the problem. Yeah, it's not great, but she'll do. I'll do the back ones later. I'll set this through. And I'm going to need some more hardware. I'll put the top on. She'll be good to go. Perfect. I gotta head out too, guys. Off to hit the bars. Have fun, buddy. I gotta head out and then make myself some dinner. Make the wife some dinner. Gotta start that now. Okay. To be continued. Thanks, guys. It's good hanging out. If you feel so inclined, share the website ScentVR.ca around. Would love to have it get out there a little bit when this thing goes live. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.